You weren't supposed to find this today, but you did. Listen, deep down, behind the thinking, there is a tiny organ acting like a bridge between what you call real and what you sense in silence. The pineal gland is not just biology, it's an antenna. It reads field and frequency. It translates subtle signals into inner knowing. Science calls it calcified tissue. Mystics call it the third eye. Both are pointing to the same doorway. Now, come back to your body. Feel the breath. Notice the weight where you sit or stand. Hear the room's small sounds. Let your shoulders soften. The moment you notice, something shifts. Awareness is a key. Activation is a consequence. You are not here by accident. The world is loud. Most people scroll past this kind of whisper, but you paused. That pause is proof that a signal found you, a divine signal, a frequency tugging at the edge of your attention. That tug is an invitation to tune, to raise your inner radio and listen to a different spectrum. Imagine your mind like an instrument that has been slightly detuned by pain, by doubt, by the hard lessons you carried. The pineal gland remembers the original tuning. It remembers how to resonate with the subtle field that holds more than memories. It holds possibility. This is not airy promise. It is a practical recalibration of your perception. When the frequency aligns, your sense of time, meaning, and presence alter. You begin to perceive layers. You begin to know. There is nothing to force. Activation arrives like dawn, gentle. I will guide you to recognize the signs. A soft clarity in dreams, a pull in your center, a sudden knowing without explanation. You may have called those moments intuition, déjà vu, or strange synchronicity. They are the pineal gland opening a very private door. Stay with this feeling. Let the words land more as pulses than arguments. Breathe in, breathe out. Repeat in your mind, field, frequency, awareness. Field, frequency, awareness. Each repetition tunes you inward. It quiets the static. You have been through storms. That makes you ready. Pain and longing sharpen the compass. Your next step is simple: to become a receiver instead of a searcher, to listen for the signal that has always been trying to reach you. If you are willing, keep this attention alive. Notice when your dreams thicken, when your body hums with a new brightness, when a small inner light guides a choice. Hold that curiosity tenderly. Take a breath. Stay here. This isn't just content, it's your activation point. The pineal gland, the hidden portal within. A sudden flash of light pierces your inner vision, not from outside, but from a small, luminous place behind your forehead. An old secret, waking like a firefly in the dark. You feel it before you name it. A subtle shift in attention. A softening of the edges around ordinary thought. This is the pineal gland calling. The quiet hinge between who you think you are and the wider field that remembers you. Imagine, for a moment, that your skull is a small temple, and within it sits an organ shaped like a seed, tuned to cycles of light and deep time. Science whispers that it secretes melatonin and responds to electromagnetic cues. Mystics teach that it is the third eye, a bridge between worlds. Both speak the same truth in different tongues. Here lies a translator, not a magician. It receives patterns and renders them into experience. It does not force visions, it refines attention. You, who have carried pain, longing, and questions into the night, are precisely the one who can learn its language. Activating this portal is less about flashy awakenings and more about reclaiming subtle capacities. Dream clarity that remembers truth, intuition that arrives as a steady signal instead of panic, a felt sense of belonging to a vast field rather than a lonely self. The twist is this: the pineal is not an escape hatch from suffering. It is a return line back into your body and your life, where true healing can happen. Begin with a simple practice you can do now. Sit upright, soften your jaw, and let your breath find a slow rhythm. Allow your gaze to drop inward, not staring outward, but settling between the brows, as if listening to a distant bell. Breathe in for 4 counts, out for 6. With each exhale, picture a gentle lowering of static, the noise of fear, the tension of trying, until the inner light can be noticed. Do this for 3 to 5 minutes. No need for elaborate ritual. Your consistency speaks loudest. Remember, activation rarely looks like a movie. It often arrives as small recalibrations, a dream that feels alive, a sudden clarity about a relationship, a compassionate impulse you follow instead of ignore. If you've been told the pineal must be decalcified by extremes, hear this: the real work is not aggressive removal, but tender attunement. Frequency shifts through rest, attention, and honest feeling. Hold this image with you: a tiny portal like a moonlit window opening inward. If this is the bridge between worlds, what would you bring across first? Opening the pineal pathway, practices to activate the third eye. A soft, violet light unfurls behind your forehead, not like a distant star, but like a lantern lit from within, warm, intimate, waiting for your hand. You are the one to tend it. This is not about forcing clairvoyance or chasing visions. It's about aligning the inner instruments so the signal can be heard. The pineal, the tiny gland that mystics call the seat of the third eye, functions like a bridge across frequencies, biological tissue and spiritual antenna, chemistry and consciousness meeting in a single, tender organ. When you approach it with curiosity instead of demand, the gate begins to answer. Begin with breath. For 3 minutes each morning, settle into a slow, even inhale for 4 counts. Hold 2, exhale 6. Let each exhale soften the muscles around your eyes, the jaw, the space between your eyebrows. With every out-breath, imagine a gentle tuning, like a radio finding a cleaner frequency. This is not dramatic, it is consistent. The smallest daily discipline becomes the path beneath your feet. Sound is another key. Hum quietly, close-lipped, feeling the vibration in the skull. Chant a single tone, Om, or a vowel that resonates, and let the tremor sit at that inner lantern. Sound reorders the field in microseconds. It moves stagnant patterns and invites crystalline clarity. Pair it with darkness. Eyes closed, a tiny candle placed at the heart center to avoid overstimulation. The pineal responds to rhythm and silence in equal measure. Clear the mirror that reflects light. gentle fasting from screen glare for an hour before sleep, swapping late-night blue light for dim amber, and a morning sun ritual, short, safe exposure, help realign circadian chemistry. Offer the gland simple, nourishing inputs, clean water, whole foods, and moments of true rest. Remember, the twist here is subtle but profound. Activation rarely comes from adding more. It comes from removing interference. You don't force the bridge open. You clear debris until the door swings. Cultivate dream recollection. Each night, whisper an intention to remember and place a pen by your bed. Dreams are the pineal's postcards, small, encrypted messages from another field. Record them without judgment. Over time, themes and symbols begin to thread into a language you can learn. Edge the practice with tenderness. Integrate new experiences with grounding. Walk barefoot. Speak your insights aloud into the ordinary, and let meals be communal and slow. If visions or strong sensations come, journal, breathe, and anchor them through service or gravity. Activation without integration is like opening a door without lighting the room. You are not tuning a device, you are befriending a presence. Stay attentive to subtle shifts. Temperature, colors more vivid, an increased sense of meaning in everyday signs. Ask, if this small gland is a portal, what world will you enter when you finally step through? The pineal bridge, embodied practices to cross between worlds. A pinprick of indigo light blooms behind your brow, not as a distant star, but as a deep, warm presence pressing gently from within. A tiny doorway, waiting for your permission to open. Notice that sensation. Breathe into it. Let the world slow around the edges until your attention becomes a soft instrument tuned to one place, the center of your head and the center of your body at once. This is where the bridge begins, not as a dramatic psychic event, but as a subtle rebalancing. Your inner frequency aligning with a quieter field. You are the threshold. Your breath is the bell that calls you through. Begin from kindness. If you have been injured by life, grief, or doubt, treat this gate like a fragile friend. Sit or stand with both feet feeling the earth's weight. Close your eyes and imagine the space behind your brow is a small room warmed by a single candle. It doesn't ask for mastery, only for presence. Allow your jaw to soften, the tongue to rest lightly against the roof of your mouth, and notice a slight warmth or coolness there. That is the earliest language of the pineal, sensation without story. Now let a tone form in your throat, not loud, simply a hum that feels like a long exhale, making a thin, steady sound. Match that hum to the pulse in your ears and let its vibration travel through your skull like a tuning fork. As you hum, feel an inner clarity emerging, as if the fog behind your brow is slowly lifting. This is not about seeing visions immediately. It is about clearing the mirror so light can pass. There is a gentle practice you can return to daily. Rest your attention on that inner room. Breathe slow and even, and trace a line of light from the base of your spine, up through your heart, and into the brow. Do this without force. Imagine the line as a warm thread, weaving you into a greater field. With each breath, feel the bridge strengthen. In time, small inner signals will arrive. A color, a scent, a remembered whisper. Receive them without analysis. You are learning a new language, one of resonance rather than reason. Here is the twist many seekers miss. Opening the pineal is not an escape upward into some distant realm. It is an integration downward into the body and into the earth. The third eye wants roots as much as wings. When you allow Earth's steadiness to meet your inner vision, the bridge becomes safe and sustainable. Trauma softens, not by fleeing, but by being seen through this light and then grounded back into life. As you practice, keep a simple ritual of return. Lay a hand over your heart and say aloud a single honest word: rest, home, enough, and let the sound seal the work. Allow patience to be your ally. Transformation often arrives as a quiet recalibration rather than a spectacular event. What first gentle signal will you notice if you simply stay with that pinprick of indigo light for 3 mindful breaths? And what might it ask of you when it answers? You made it here. That alone says something. Someone within you answered a quiet summons, stayed when so many impulse scrolls would have taken you away, and let these words settle into your bones. Celebrate that. You did not skim. You listened. You leaned toward a portal. What you received in this time together is not a checklist. It is an invitation to remember a frequency you once knew before language. That remembering is tender and fierce. It asks for courage and curiosity in equal measure. So give yourself a moment of honor. Place your hand lightly over your heart, if that feels right, and feel the simple truth: you showed up. You are not alone in this. There is a current of souls who have felt the same soft pull, the same inner weather that says, there is more. We are not a crowd. We are a constellation. Each of us, a star, connected by invisible filaments of attention and care. When you speak in the comments, you move that web. When you share a synchronicity, you light someone else's pathway. This channel is not a broadcast, it is a field. Your voice matters here. If anything in this message brushed against something true, an image, a memory, a small taste of recognition, drop a yes below. Tell us the single line of truth you want to explore next. Did you feel a warmth behind your eyes, a shiver along your spine, or a sudden clarity about a decision? Share one sign. Keep it simple. Others will read it and feel less alone. That is how a portal becomes a passageway, one step at a time, together. For those who have struggled long and are weary, your wounds are not failed stories. They are doorways. Pain has a secret alchemy. It can refine the lens through which you perceive the subtle. Trust the small openings, the moments of silence, the tremor before a dream, the song that repeats in your life. Tend them like seedlings. Give them light and patience. You are being refashioned by a tenderness larger than fear. Before you go, take one last soft practice with me. Close your eyes if you can. Breathe slowly in and out. Picture a thread of gentle light descending through the crown of your head, pooling like warm honey behind your third eye, spreading through your chest and grounding into the earth beneath you. Hold that image for 3 breaths. Let gratitude bloom for even the smallest shift. If this touched you, respond. Say yes, leave a sign, and bring a friend who needs a quiet summons. We are building a circle of listening, and your presence completes it. Keep shining your light. Remain present. Breathe and absorb this energy in gratitude.